Yes everybody, how you doing? Thank you very much for checking out today's video, and we're talking wedges, we're talking bounce, and I see this a lot, and certainly in this sort of predicament as well, where par 4, decent tee shot, short of the green in 2, you may have a shot and you're just thinking, please get this on the green. Please get this on the green. We've got about a 10-12 foot, well, once you get in there, it's about a 15-foot bunker to get the ball over, and the flag is just behind it. Now, you could massively bail out, knock it onto the front edge of the green over there, but you are in 3-putt territory leading to a 6, maybe 6 net 5, which is not what you really want. You've got one shot on the hole, you don't want to have to use 2 extra. So we want to be able to have the confidence, to get this golf ball over that bunker, okay? Now I see too many golfers now trying to flick the ball up, get the weight on the back foot, arch the shoulders and the spine angle away from the target to try and increase the elevation, which I'll be honest, if you get the timing absolutely perfect, works amazing. But you might not cover what we've got left. We've got about 30 yards or so to cover here. All right, so what we're going to be talking about today is the fundamentals of this shot. It's a longer pitch, let's call it, okay? So we don't need a full shot. I've got a 58 degree, which has got plenty of loft on it. The first thing I want you to remember is 58 degrees is lofty, okay? That ball is going up. All we have to do, making it sound easy now, is make good connection and the ball will go, okay? Now, we all know as golfers, it's not that simple. Psychologically, if we dump it into that bunker, we're making 6 or 7 because it's a brutal bunker to try and get out of. So the fundamentals around this shot is making sure that the hands don't go too far forward, and this is the #1 key, okay? Please do not let that handle go in front of the ball. Why? Because the club, we lose the bounce, okay? We lose the bounce, and the leading edge, which is the edge just underneath the grooves, goes into the ground. And what we call the bounce lifts off the ground. And it's very, very common to produce that digging action down into the ground and produce that divot either on the ball or before the ball. Now, if it's on the ball, you're gonna get a super low ball flight and the ball's not gonna stop. And it might not even get high enough to go over the bunker. There's all sorts of different types of shots you can hit from that problem, from that position, which is a problem, okay? So I would always say the handle of the club as you look down is going to be just behind the golf ball, okay? Again, be careful with the terminology. That's behind, but that's also behind, okay? So when you're looking down on it, the top of the grip may be on the right edge of the golf ball as you look down, okay? So now the club is laid flat. We're gonna be able to use the bounce. We're gonna be able to glide the club across the grass. Now, what we're seeing from here is I'm taking a mini divot, okay? And I'm not taking a divot with the front of the club, I'm taking a divot with the bounce of the club, okay? That's the part of the club that goes in the grass. Then the grooves pick the golf ball up, okay? So in terms of actual technique, I've got my ball position in the center of my stance. Again, if you're eager to get the ball a bit higher, you could just put it further forward. Now, what I often do is actually open up this left foot quite a lot. So it gives me that nice smooth rotation into my left side. Again, if I see too flat, very, very tight into this hip flexor. So don't be scared to really open that left foot up 45 degrees. Then you can put the ball position on the left heel because it's still technically in the middle of your stance. Now what we see here, keep the right foot quite straight, open up that left foot 45 degrees. So we've got more of a limited hip turn into the backswing, but then we've got much more encouragement of hip turn into the through swing, which is the most important area. All right, so we've got loads of rotation through the shot. So ball position's on the left heel, left foot's flared out 45 degrees, club head is just in behind the golf ball, and now it's length of swing to make sure I get the right sort of distance. That's a really nice shot, actually. What you'll see again, I've got a divot. The divots is all about the entry and the exit. Okay, and what I mean by that is when you just use the leading edge and you hit down on the ball, you only have an entry into the ground. You don't have an exit because you just basically what I call hit a wall. You hit a wall of turf because the club is just digging down. So massively important that you're able to produce an entry and an exit through the shot. Now, in terms of swing playing, again, a lot of people try and get steeper so they hit down on the ball. I still hit down on the golf ball. I swing it quite steep anyway, but I still hit down on the golf ball. So don't be afraid of letting the club just be what I'd say 45 degrees in behind the body there. We don't want to see the club up like this, because again, what that's doing is turning the club face so it digs down into the ground, okay? So as a general rule, we want to try and see the shaft of the club at this point pointing pretty much down the target line, and then we're going to pop it into a 45-degree position there. Then on that angle, on that rotation around, it's going to hit down on the ball, and it's going to work up into the 45-degree position into the through swing as well. So massively important that we get the movement, oh, didn't hit it hard enough. Massively important that we get the movement correct. That was a decent strike, to be fair, just didn't really hit it. Forgot about the distance, okay? So distance will come now from and speed, making sure you don't decelerate. Don't be afraid to finish up here. This is not going to make the ball go too far. Again, this is what I say to a lot of my clients is the ball will go far based on how far you swing it and how fast you swing it, not how far through you swing it. So making sure as you go through, nice strike, felt it really face, using the bounce on the way through, got an entry and an exit into my golf ball, and I'm using the bounce of the club. Great drill for people at home. This is if you have wooden floor, tiled floor, just get a feel for how it should look when you set the club up, because it's going to look totally different. Make sure the club as you come through is not like this, okay? You're going to be able to see a slight shadow from the leading edge on the ground. So use a tiled floor or a hard floor and you'll be able to see a shadow here. If you can't see the shadow, then the hands are too far forward and the leading edge is in the ground, and we don't really want the leading edge into the ground. We want the bounce into the ground, okay? That's the key, getting the bounce into the ground and gliding across the grass. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Any comments, do jump in the comments section below. Also smash that like button if this has helped. I'm going to do a lot more on this because this is a huge area of everybody's game, regardless of your level of golf. So I'm going to do loads more content, but please smash the like button, smash that subscribe button as well. So much smashing if you're new to the channel, and I'm going to see you in future videos as well. Don't forget to join me on Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday for brand new content. See you again, guys.